Valentine's Day. I was trying to think of a cute video that I could film for Valentine's Day, and then I thought, what better day to talk about all of my favorite book couples? So that's what we're doing today. If we talked about every single book couple that I love, we would be here for hours. So I picked my top 7, and we're gonna discuss them. 2 quick disclaimers. 1, if the lighting in this video is awful or you hear wind, ignore it. It's trying to snow. And while we're talking about ignoring things, this cold sore is not even there. We're not even going to talk about it. Okay, now that we've gotten those disclaimers out of the way, let's just jump right into these book couples because I cannot wait to talk about them. This first one, I feel like people know that this is coming. I have 3 videos up on my channel, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about them being my favorite book couple in every single one. So, Katniss and Peeta, come on, they are the book couple. I will die on this hill. I'm not taking any arguments at this time. Sorry, Katniss and Peeta are the #1 book couple ever. You can't change my mind on this. I'm sorry. No matter what book I read, they will never be dethroned as #1. Like, come on. Real or not real? Real. They are the #1 book couple. He was literally brainwashed to hate her, and he still ended up loving her. They went through all of that together, and they still ended up being together. Gale was never an option. That's another hill I will die on. Love triangle, no. Gale was never an option. Katniss and Peeta were in love, and Gale was just like also there. That's all I have to say about them. This next book couple is the one that comes closest to Katniss and Peeta. They're still not dethroned, but these guys are very close to them. And that is Roman and Iris from the Letters of Enchantment series. You guys, these 2 are literally perfect. Literally perfect. When I think a couple who was fated to be together, like they were meant to be together, I think Roman and Iris. Like, there is not a couple that was more meant to be than these 2. They are literally perfect. Like, I don't even know what to say. It's just, Roman and Iris are perfect. I think everybody deserves a man like Roman Kit. They're literally meant to be. Like, there was nobody else for either of them, and they both know that. Roman literally had his entire memory wiped, and he still remembered Iris. Like, Roman Kit and Peeta Mellark, they're like one and the same. Like, memories wiped, put on the enemy's team, tried to turn them against the girl they're in love with, and they still were like, no. The men they are. I'd also like to give a small shout out to Addie and Tobias from this series. I love them too. Number 3, these first 3 are in order, and then after that, there's not really an order, but these first 3 are my top 3, and that is Pip and Ravi from the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Like, come on. If you have read this series, then you know that Pip and Ravi are literally perfect. I've said that about everyone so far, but they're just so perfect. Like, Sarge, he waited so long. He waited so long. 1 year, 7 months, and 28 days later. Hey, Sarge, remember me? Case in point. That's all I need to say. Couples who cover up murders together stay together. And that is Ravi and Pip. So, can't get much better. Next couple, I talked about this in my 2025 reading wrap-up about, I feel like a lot of people haven't read this book or don't talk about this book near enough, but they're one of my personal favorite couples, and that is Mal and Nolan from Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Listen, if you want to hear me gush about how much I love this book, I will link that video up above wherever it is. But let me tell you, I love Mal and Nolan so much. And again, nobody talks about them as much as they should. The point I want to make with them, and I could make a lot of points with them because I love them so much, but I'm just going to use this one quote that I had to pause reading to take a screen or like a photo of because I loved it so much. But when Nolan said, "When I'm with you, I want to play more than I want to win," like, while they were competing for like the top chess spot, like, are you kidding me? That was so cute. That was so cute. There's so many cute quotes in this book that I have photos of, but I love them so much. I think they're such an underrated couple, and if you haven't read this book yet, I need you to. This is me begging you to read this book because Mal and Nolan, so cute. This next book is one that was one of the OG book talk books, and like, it's hard to explain. Like, everybody talks about it, but we're at a point where people don't talk about it as much, but it used to be talked about so much. But you cannot have a video about the best book couples without including them, and that is Achilles and Patroclus from Song of Achilles. They are just the most perfect tragic love story ever. Like, the saying "them against the world" was made about them. Like, it had to have been, because the ending of this book, if you know, you know, the tears that were shed, they literally them against the world. There's not much more to say, but you can't have a video about best book couples without including them. They are everything. Next up, we have Jude and Cardan. Cardan, I don't know how to say it. I say Cardan, but I've watched other booktube videos where they say Cardan, so like, I don't know. But they are the enemies to lovers. The Folk of Elfhame series, like the Cruel Prince, Wicked King, Queen of Nothing, the enemies to lovers. If you like enemies to lovers, but you're kind of sick of books where they're like academic rivals to lovers, but it's marketed as enemies to lovers, you need to read this series. Like, these guys are enemies to lovers, and literally perfect. The letters, that's all I'm gonna say. The letters, yeah, if you want enemies to lovers, it's them. I love them. I read this series years ago, and I still think of them on the regular. Love them. And finally, this is one of my most recent new favorite book couples, but when I was coming up with this video idea and thought of who I should add, they were one of the first to come up, and that is Cal and Alana from The Final Offer. Again, I talked about this in my 2025 reading wrap up. I feel like everybody who I have talked to who has read the Dreamland Billionaire series likes the first two books and the first two couples more than them. But for me, Cal and Alana are it. Like, they are the best Kane brother couple. Like, I love the other two, but these two, I just, like, there's so much that I could say, but the way they just, like, help each other through so much. I'm honestly not usually a big fan of second chance romance. I don't know why. It's just not really my thing most of the time. So when I read this, I was like, I don't know how much I'm gonna like this. No notes. So good. The way they just, like, help each other heal, the way they support each other's dreams, and, like, I can't. Like, I just can't. There's so much that I could say, but I'm trying to not make this video 10 million hours long. I feel like I've yapped about these other books enough. I'm gonna have to cut so much out so that this video isn't so long. Cami and Cal, oh my god. Like, that was one of, like, such a major point in making Cal such a good character for me, was the way, like, him and Cami's bond. Perfect. Like, Cal is not a stepdad. He's a dad that stepped up, for real. I love him. But, like, there's just so much. Like, him giving Alana his little, like, sobriety token, and him carrying the picture of her in his wallet, him buying the bakery for her, when she said that she wanted to keep Cami safe, so he bought a whole new car that was, like, known to be safer for children. Him taking them all to Dreamland for Cami's birthday because she wanted to go, even though he hadn't gone in years because he hated going, but he takes them anyway because that's what she wanted. If you haven't read this series, this is me telling you to read it, because the couples in the first two books, I also love them, but trust me, when you get to this last book, don't let people fool you into thinking it's not as good as the other two. This one was my favorite, and I love them. And there you have it. Those are my top 7 book couples, basically of all time. Like, maybe in a little bit this video could change because I'm always finding new book couples that I love. Honestly, there's not that many books that I've read where I haven't loved the main couple, but these are my top 7. I love them so much. And I thought, again, what better day to talk about them than Valentine's Day. If you've read any of these books and you want to yap about how perfect the couples are, please yap with me about how perfect these couples are, because I literally could talk about them forever and I would love to. Let me know in the comments who your like top 3 book couples are. And if I haven't read their books, they will be getting added to my TBR immediately. But that is all I have for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good Valentine's Day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!